Have you ever wondered, how do I count elixir in Clash Royale? Well, I'm here to help that. Why is it so beneficial? It just gives you a straight advantage. It's like counting cards in blackjack. You have that edge over the dealer, and it makes you win the majority of your games. Okay, well, yeah, now I know I need to count elixir, but how am I going to start doing that? Well, first you need a basis on how much everything costs. So think you got your 3 elixir, your 5 elixir troops. Those are kind of really common. You'll see cards from skeletons all the way to 3 moss. This is an older graphic right here, but still the same. One of the hardest things for new players is definitely knowing how much everything costs. It's pretty difficult, especially with all the troops. There's 122, if I'm correct. And on top of that, the hero abilities and the champion abilities do cost elixir. So you do need to keep that in mind when you're playing. The easiest way to start off is learning the expensive troops and then kind of knowing what the cheaper troops cost. It's fairly easy to memorize, and by playing the game, you'll pick it up over time. Next up, elixir advantage. This is having more elixir than your opponent. You get this through positive trades from your good defense or spells and stuff like that, or you get it from forcing them to play an expensive counter to your cheat. Think like a Pekka on a battle ramp. Positive elixir trade. I like using Goblin Barrel for this example, for any elixir trade for that matter. If they Goblin Barrel and you use your log, log is 2 elixir, Goblin Barrel is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1, so you gain 1 elixir from them playing their Goblin Barrel. Next up, a negative trade. This is you using your Fireball to counter the Goblin Barrel. 3 minus 4 is -1, or 4 minus 3 is you're down 1. I like to do either way. I would just try to do a negative as it makes it easier to count in the long run. Even in trades, this is the 3 for 3 trades. Arrows is 3 elixir, Goblin Barrel's 3 elixir. They cancel each other out. This leads to my next point, active elixir count. This is pretty difficult. You do have to constantly add and subtract elixir, and sometimes I'll just forget I'm doing it, and honestly, that's where the next thing comes in. The thing I suggest for everybody to start out with is the thing I suggest if you lose count or you're just getting started is a passive elixir count. This is just going off of what your opponent just played. Easiest way to regain your count. Think like they play a Mega Knight in the back, +7 because they're down 7 elixir. Starting off with a gameplay example from my personal experience, whenever I count elixir, whenever my opponent plays a card, that's going to be a plus. Whenever I play a card, it's going to be a minus, and then I usually add those numbers together. At the beginning of the game, I zap his tower, subtracting 2 from my bar. He actually places the Goblin Gang same time in the back, which is a +3, so I'm actually going to be up 1 elixir. The next sequence in this is going to be whenever he places a Battle Ram at bridge. I place a Marcher, which is going to cancel each other out, so I'm going to still be up by 1 elixir. Then after that, unfortunately, I do have to play something to counter that Battle Ram, which means I'm going to be down by 3 elixir. Fortunately for me, this guy sucks on defense. He decides to play a Barbarian Barrel and a Ghost, which is going to be +5 for me. Unfortunately, I lost count after this sequence right here, so I just cycled my boss band in the back whenever I was at 10. He placed the Giant in the back, which helped me recover my count, as I know the Giant is 5 elixir. And most of the time when people play a card in the back, that means they're going to actually be at 10 elixir. He plays the 3 Musketeers, which means I'm actually going to be up now by 4 elixir. But I play a mini P.E.K.K.A. to be able to counteract that. Then I zap on top of the 3 Musketeers to help my mini P.E.K.K.A., in turn making it so I'm actually going to be down by 2 again. After that sequence, now he plays a Royal Ghost at the bridge for my Marcher that survived and killed everything. So I'm going to be up 3. I play Skeletons to fully counter his Royal Ghost, making it so I'm up by 2. After that, he decides to play a Battle Ram absolutely for no reason, meaning I can get a 4 for 4 trade with my E-Wizard. I totally forgot this guy had a Goblin Gang. I made a mistake of playing my Battle Ram, leading me to be down by 1 elixir from that trade. Skipping to the last 30 seconds of this match, his last chance to break through, he places a Giant, and then it follows up with the 3 Musketeers. Him playing 3 Musketeers makes it so I know he has basically nothing to support this thing. I decide to E-Wiz to stall his Giant, and then I zap and then use my hero mini P.E.K.K.A. respectively. Another thing I want to mention again is in 30 to 20 seconds left on the clock, you basically can play whatever you want as long as they don't take your tower if you already took their tower earlier in the game. Finally, just focus on getting that passive count down first and then working on an active count like I kind of just walked y'all through. You can always use the passive count to gain your active count back, but don't be too worried if it's not accurate enough. As long as you're one elixir away from their actual count, you should have the advantage as your opponent probably isn't counting that well or counting at all. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer them.